Hi everyone, I am Roslyn Anita from Tribhuvan College of Nursing. I am going to present the topic on anatomical terms and organization of the human body. Objectives: Introduction to anatomical terms and organization of the human body, anatomical positions, directional terms, body planes and sections, body cavities, structural organization of the human body, and features of skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. Coming to the introduction to anatomical terms and organization of the human body. Understanding the human body requires a universal language that allows healthcare professionals, scientists, and students to communicate accurately. The, this is where anatomical terms and the organization of the human body come into play. These terms provide a standardized way to describe the structure, protection, position, and relationship of various parts of the body. Coming to the anatomical positions, the person stands upright. The feet are slightly apart and flat on the floor. Arms are at the sides, palms face forward, thumbs pointing away from the body, and head and eyes face forward. Coming to directional terms: superior, that is cranial, towards the head or upper part of the body; inferior, that is caudal, away from the head or towards the lower part; anterior, that is ventral, toward the front; posterior, that is dorsal, toward the back; medial, towards the midline; lateral, away from the midline; proximal, closer to the point of the origin, usually of the limb; distal, that is farther from the point of origin; superficial, closer to the surface; and deep, further from the surface. Coming to body planes and sections. Sagittal plane divides the body into left and right parts, that is mid-sagittal, equal halves; parasagittal, unequal halves. Frontal, that is coronal plane, divides the body into anterior and posterior parts. Transverse, that is horizontal plane, divides the body into superior and inferior parts. Coming to body cavities. The body is organized into internal cavities that house and protect the vital organs. Dorsal cavity and ventral cavity. Dorsal cavity contains the brain; cranial cavity and spinal cord is a vertebral cavity. Coming to the ventral cavity, it includes the thoracic cavity, head and heart and lungs, and abdominal, pelvic cavity, digestive organs, urinary bladder, reproductive organs. Coming to the structural organization of the human body. The body is organized in a hierarchy from simplest to the most complex. Chemical level, that is atoms and molecules; cellular level, that is basic structural and functional unit of life; and tissue level, the groups of similar cells performing specific functions; and organ level, structures composed of two or more tissue types; and organ system level, the groups of organs working together, that is example of digestive system; organism level, that complete living being. Coming to the features of skeletal muscles. So the features and descriptions. The locations attached to the bones via tendons. Control, voluntary conscious control. And appearances is striated, striped under microscope. The shapes of cells: long, cylindrical, multinucleated; and the number of nuclei is multiple peripheral nucleic per cell; and contraction speed, that is fast and powerful; fatigue, yes, tries easily. The functions: movement of skeletal posture, heat protection. Coming to the features of smooth muscles. Features and descriptions. The locations: the wall of internal organs, example stomach, intestine, and blood vessels. Coming to the control, that is involuntary, automatic, not under the conscious control. Appearances should be non-striated, smooth under microscope. The shape of cells are spindle shape, that is trapped ends. The number of nuclei is one central nucleus per cells, and contraction speed is slow and sustained. And fatigue rarely fatigues. Functions or move substances through organs, example food, blood, and urine. Coming to the features of cardiac muscles. The features and descriptions. The locations of cardiac muscle is heart wall myocardium. Control involuntary automatic regulated by pacemaker cells and nervous system. Appearances to be striated like skeletal but branched. The shape of cells or branched are interconnected. The number of nuclei is usually 1, sometimes 2 per cell, centrally located, and contraction speed is a rhythmic and moderate speed. The fatigue does not fatigue under the normal conditions. The functions of pumps blood throughout the body. Summary features skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. So, the control of skeletal muscle is voluntary, smooth muscle is involuntary, and cardiac muscle is involuntary. The striations, skeletal muscle is S, smooth muscles no, and cardiac muscles S. Coming to the nuclei, the skeletal muscle is multiple peripheral. Coming to the smooth muscles, 1 and central, and cardiac muscle is 1 or 2 central. Cell shape of the skeletal muscle is long cylindrical, and smooth muscle is spindle shaped, and cardiac muscle is branched. Coming to the location, skeletal muscles attached to bones, smooth muscles organs and vessels, and cardiac muscle is heart. Fatigue, skeletal muscles is present, smooth muscles rarely present, and cardiac muscle is not at present. Speed of contractions, skeletal muscle is fast and smooth muscle is slow, and cardiac muscle is moderate or rhythm. Coming to the conclusions, anatomical terminology and body organization form the foundation for understanding the human anatomy and physiology. By learning this standardized language, you can accurately describe body location, structures, and function essential for communication in healthcare, biology, and medicines. Thank you.